I don't know why every time I water my plants or my garden, it rains. But I am not complaining because my plants do love it. Look at this. Oh, I don't know what your name is, but you're gorgeous. So I think this is Pain Rose. Ooh, are you Pain Rose? You don't look like you're in pain to me. Look at that. Beautiful. And speaking of Pain Rose, check out the other Pain Rose that I've got. Come here, my pretty one. I don't know how I could get you. So, oh, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous one. You are Puli-Lindsayana monstrose that was planted in a small pot before, like tiny little pot like this. I started with one plant and eventually it grew another plant. And now it's not growing anymore, so I decided to plant it in a bigger pot like this, along with the Giselle here, which is just equally beautiful. I want them to grow a little bit bigger, so I repotted it. And now let's go to this Pain Rose. I just want to compare it just to show you. So this is exactly the same plant. So the one on the left is planted in a big pot, and this one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my right hand side are planted in a small pot. Actually 7. There's another one in the center as well, but that one is not even coloring up because it is being covered by the other ones. Oh, there's another one, 8. I would like to grow more of this big one, so these ones are gonna get repotted in a much bigger pot. I can't get over the size of this GRAPTOSEDUM MUIL. It is gorgeous, beautiful. See, I've done a good job in putting it in a big pot like this, because the ones that are planted in a small pot is small but perfectly formed. But see the difference? So the ones in the big pot are big and beautiful, and the one in the small pot is bijou or smallish. So I don't know whether, I think I like the big one better because they're still nice and fat. But in saying that, here is a mule planted in this container, and this big and small. Look at that, gorgeous. See, look. So a small container or smaller soil or less soil is more colorful, I think. Hang on, I'll put this one up the top because my arm is killing me. Beautiful, gorgeous. You're equally beautiful. But hang on, this one caught my eye. This is Echeveria Shaviana. It kind of looked the same, isn't it? But the Shaviana is much pinkier. Another comparison plant is the Sedum Bronze Delight. It's bronzing, delighting fully. But this is planted in sort of a big pot. This is actually grown from a variegated leaves of Bronze Delight, but now they're not variegated anymore. And did I neglect? Yes, I did. So there you go. This one now, the Bronze Delight that I haven't even planted. Look, I taken it off like, I don't know, maybe over a month ago, and I've forgotten about it to put it in the soil, and now the roots are growing. But this is another Bronze Delight that is grown in this terracotta pot. So you see the difference? So the one on the right has been neglected, and the one on the left is growing in this big pot, which is also neglected, but see, it's growing roots up in the air as well. So it's time to break this off. And hang on, I can't. I need my scissor. My arms is not as strong as it used to be. So I think I'm gonna take this one as well and put it here. And when the rain stops, or when I put this camera down, I'm gonna go plant it in this pot. Hello, blue elf. I remember having a blue elf in my garden before. I'm sure it's planted in the ground, and I'm sure it's now gone. But this one, I just noticed, oh my goodness, see, dry leaves, but babies in the bottom. So I think I've got another blue elf somewhere, but this one is just gorgeous. Look at the colors. Are you supposed to be blue elf when you're nice and pink? Gorgeous. I'm going around looking for blue elf and I can't find the other ones. So this one here are also blue elf, but this is a variegated form of blue elf. Isn't that beautiful? Slow growing, but nevertheless beautiful. Aha. So this one, I've already shown this a few times. I kept showing it because to remind myself to pot it up, because I have had it growing in this water. So who says succulents can't grow in water? So this goes to show that they can. And this one here is GRAPTOSEDUM ghost plant, Paraguayensis, subspecies Paraguayensis. It is also growing in this pot for almost a year. And they seem to be doing all right, apart from being leggy. They're doing okay, but I think it's also time for me to really propagate them. My Frizzle SIZZLE is starting to frizzle again. So this one went dormant. Of course, they do go dormant in summer. And when the weather cools down or the temperature goes down, they started growing again. So the whole plant sort of dies off. And then now they're just starting to grow. They're actually, I kept them inside, basically, these ones, after they disappeared, because I don't want to throw it away. I will forget. So I thought I'll bring it inside, and then once it grows, like these ones now, I took it out just yesterday. So luckily as well that today is cloudy and raining. That way it'll give it time to acclimate. I am after a plant behind this one. Ta-da! Come here. This is Echeveria Frank Reynolds, the baby one still. Well, this is already an old plant. It's been growing in this pot for a long time. And why I'm after this one, because I'm doing a comparison. So in this corner where I've got all red Echeveria. So that one is Echeveria Agavoides number 40. I call it Dandan. Just so, number 40 is just a name that was put on by the growers where it came from. And of course I bought it as one plant, and now it's gone two. And it's quite big. It's quite a large plant. Thing that goes about 6 inches across. And of course up the top is my blood spotted Romeo. This is only like new to my care, so less than a year old. And of course I bought it about half the size of that when I got it, but now it's grown quite large as well. And of course this is my oldest Romeo over here that always been so pretty. It has never failed me. It's always looked beautiful. And the one on the right is a recent purchase of purple champagne, so that's about a year old. And I bought two, and then the other one is sort of struggling right now. It rotted, but now it's growing another head, and hopefully I can remember where I put it. And then up the top here is Lady's Choice. So Lady's Choice is this color, and before I go to Lady's Choice, I'll come back to that one first. I'll go to this one first, sorry. This is a newly purchased Romeo up the top there, but the one at the bottom is my oldest, one of my oldest or second oldest Romeo. And of course that one on the right is the mother Romeo, and the one on the left here, sort of looking pale, is a baby Romeo that I got from that. I harvested it and planted it there, and now it has set and looks like it's going to overtake the mummy, but it's still pale. So hopefully eventually as it matures, you can see by the claws. So the older a Romeo get, the redder the tip becomes, so you can see the difference there. So the one on the right is only a baba. Also the one at the top is also a baba, but the tips are much lighter colored compared to the mother plant, or an older plant, which is on the left, has got really dark colors or tips. So now that I have space here, I'm gonna put this Frank Reynolds here. But you can see now, okay, let's do a firing line test. Okay, so all of them looks very similar. Okay, I'll take it from this side. Okay, see? It looks like the same plant, but they are different. Okay, so of course you've seen that that one is Frank Reynolds. This one is called Lady's Choice, and so as this one. So if I pull back here, so Lady's Choice, and of course let's go take the Lady's Choice in the middle. That is the Mama Lady's Choice. So the one on the right I'm not sure, is it variegating or doing whatever it's doing, because it's hard to tell with a variegated or a colored plant when they variegate. So are they supposed to go yellow? I don't know. I'm still finding out. So this one, I would just say, okay, this is a variegated or a yellow lady's choice. And that one is a normal standard lady's choice next to a maestro. So hang on. I'm not too sure, so I have to pull it out. Yes, it is a maestro. So very, very similar. The only difference between these two plants is the opening, isn't it? Or the flick. But they also flick the same way. So it's just so confusing. And this one here is Morgan. Now let's compare Morgan to other Morgan. So this is my original mommy Morgan, where this Morgan came from. But this is why identifying succulents is so difficult, because they can change. And someone's going to argue with me, you must have mislabeled it. I don't mislabel things. Well, 99% of the time, I've got the label correct because I'm a stickler for labeling things. So now, if I put this, okay, hang on, compare this again with another Morgan that I took from this mommy Morgan, they start variegating because they're starving. So when a plant is starved, they variegate to tell you, I need nutrients, I need sustenance, and you're not giving me any. You can see, are you variegating as well? Because there's got light colored tips. So start variegating because they're starving. So when a plant is starved, they variegate to tell you, I need nutrients, I need sustenance, and you're not giving me any. Now the one on the left, from a distance, okay, this looks like the same as the other red colored plants here, agavoides, but this is called crepe myrtle. This is a hybrid of something, but now you can see the difference. But anyway, I just love them. I love the red ones. I don't know why. Anything that has red, even though they're green like this, and it's got a little bit of red, like this is a dancing bird, and then I meant to repot it as well. So this one is in a small pot, and I haven't been watering this as well, and that's why it's remained small. It grew big before, it filled up the whole pot, but then as the years go by, it starts getting smaller and smaller. So I think it's time to repot them or put them in a pot all together, all of them, so that way I am maximizing my space. And speaking of maximizing space, this pot really needs to be minimized, which means I have to remove a lot of the plants here. So my Morticia in the center here is maximizing as well. So the baby Morticia at the back has grown much, much bigger, as you can see. So I need to pull it out of here, or maybe pull this one out. I don't even know what to do. I think I leave this one here because it looks so pretty. So hopefully it will grow better, but I need to remove this and then remove that. That way I'm leaving room for this one and and also that one, my Romeo here. So I can need to off, and also off with this one. And that one is struggling. What is your name? This is Black Rose, which has turned into green rose. And then that one is a Prolifica that I drop in there, I think. What are you? It's not Romeo anymore. My Maleficent on the corner. Oh, look. But anyway, the Black Queen also is another name for it. That needs to be taken out of there as well. I've been a busy girl. I have been repotting this plant. So look at this Sedifolium, AEONIUM here. And are you AEONIUM? I think you are. It's so cute with that green pot. Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? So this came from my friend Kanya. A few years ago, she gave me like a cutting about that size there. This tiny, see my thumb, about that size. And then now it's grown so slowly because I have been neglecting it as well. But now it looks beautiful in that pot. This Shaviana crested, now I also repotted in this beautiful big pot. This is huge. So that's a crested for Shaviana pink frills, and there's another normal plant in here which I should really take out, but I left it because I don't want to damage it. And then this other one is a normal growth, so hopefully this will just fill up to make the pot full eventually. That would look so gorgeous. And also I planted it here because this has proven itself to be frost hardy. So we're at the autumn right now, and so when winter comes, it has survived a couple of years of frost grown outdoors. So hopefully in this new spot here, which is still outdoors, hopefully the Shaviana pink will also weather the winter here in Canberra, Australia. A cluster of variegated titubans, but the variegation is very, very light. So these are all grown from leaves. Look, isn't that gorgeous with all the moss? Okay, I think I wanna repot this, but I have to think of a way of repotting it where I preserve the moss as well without rotting the plant, because all of these plants here, I think except for a couple of them, I put a couple of cuttings, which is this one is tiny little baby cuttings, that one, and also this one. The rest of them are grown from leaves. Even that gorgeous whatever your name is at the back there, agar wood, and there used to be a bigger agar wood there, but then it rotted. But the rest of it are just leaves that I chuck in it, and now it's growing. But isn't that gorgeous? Look, and it's soft. Beautiful. I finally potted up my recent purchase of Dark Vader Echeveria. So I bought 2 plants. One from one shop, this one, the big one, which I paid like $8.50, and then the other one from a hardware store. And I bought them there. They were like 200 kilometers apart from where I got them. But I thought it's just meant to be together. So now they are planted in this pot. Look, gorgeous pot. And I put an Anacamcero sunrise on the side in this rock here, and isn't that gorgeous? Anyway guys, that's all I got for this video, because it sort of stopped raining now, or stopped drizzling, but I have an appointment to go to. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. It's like a comparison and a little tool to show you, look what I've been doing despite the rain and my sore arm. I still managed to do a little bit of repotting here and there. I still have a lot of things to do, repotting, securing, also cleaning and tending, and I also repotted this Pulvinata, that's it. Oh, I forgot the name. It is Pulvinata crested Pulvinata, and this is my original label, which says $30 for the crested one that I bought before, but this is now babies, and I also done another one somewhere. So anyway, I am forgetting where I put things, but anywho, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And also I got a few more here to redo or reset, repot. I've got my pot ready here, but anyway guys, that's really it. I really have to go, and I need another cuppa, but this area now is looking gorgeous, isn't it, with that big striata, and then that spotted blood Romeo, and also my pink Vera is coming alive again. They actually grow best during autumn, is when they come back to life. Ah, gorgeous.